What's up? This is Jarrad Anthony right here in the Speakeasy Lounge in the historic Hickory Theater. It's first Saturday Soul Social. Every first Saturday, Central Virginia's premier soul music concert series. And sitting next to me is a brother who you all know, down by the river, Mr. Noel Gourdin.
Keep going, yo.
That's the only part I can really hear. Cause you got, see, he got the falsetto that just rock through there.
That sounded good when you heard that.
Like, bro, you know the full voice part I got you, but this falsetto I gotta stop. See, I just let you pick it up from that, man. But thank you, man, for being here in Richmond, Virginia. Yeah. Blessed us tonight on that stage.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely.
It's special because folks, I call it the soul and B genre. You know what I mean? Like, we need our soapboxes, man.
Right.
And it's people like you and venues like this that are giving us a soapbox, man.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Man, I want to just talk about the fact that, when you came on the scene, you just burst onto the scene with the river. And, you released 3 albums, 3 dope records, since that time period. What's that journey been like for you, coming out with a song that got you so much attention and then continuing on and just evolving and building as an artist over these last years?
Well, I tell you, man, it's all about just making records that people can relate to, first and foremost. We're all people.
Right.
And, people always ask me, not always, but I've gotten this question a couple of times. Do you make records for yourself or do you make them for other people? I make them for myself.
Right.
And it's not in a selfish way. Because if I make them for myself first and foremost, because I've gone through it or I've seen my family go through it or this and that, wherever I draw, inspiration from, there's so many people on this planet. So it's like, I'm not just talking about myself.
Exactly.
I can't be so vain that I'm thinking that I'm the only one that's going through this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know when I'm speaking for myself, I'm speaking for other people in that sense too. So, I gotta make it real, man. And thank you to my Aunt Mary that's passed away like a few years ago, man, and the fire and all of that. Like, she always said, baby, I just can't understand you. So I always wanted people to understand me. Ever since she said that, before she passed, before I walk into a booth draw, I always hear her voice, make sure I can understand it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with me. I want people to understand what I'm saying. Like my lyrics, my mama said this a couple of years ago. You need to dumb down your lyrics because it's like people aren't getting it. I was like, I don't want to dumb down my lyrics. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Why do I need to dumb down my lyrics when I think they should come up to us and start listening to lyrics instead of just hearing them.
That's right.
Listening to them. But, as long as I speak them clearly, like my auntie said, before she went, I think we'll be just fine.
Absolutely. See, this brother's a teacher right here. He's not just a singer, he is a vessel for a divine word to come out. Listen to the brother.
He's doing me justice.
Listen to the brother speak. So, let's talk about the latest album, City Heart, Southern Soul. What were the influences, inspirations that brought that to life? By the way, Heaven Knows, dope single, dope video. What was the drive behind that record?
The drive behind that record, man, basically, I got to give a shout out to the producer and Marcellus Hands Down Dawson, who we did the bulk of the record. We did 6 or 10 records together in Atlanta, and it was basically just about what I was inspired by when I was growing up. The music, I spoke about it on stage. My pop used to play when I was in the old, Pontiac Grand Band, the Brown Machine, man. He would play records. Most certainly he wasn't going to play the hip hop.
Right.
He would play the R&B and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I was inseparable from my pops. He's my stepfather, but the only father I've ever known. You know what I'm saying? So he laid the path for me to find out about the old soul greats.
Right.
And it was, Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, Wilson Pickett, Jerry Butler, Solomon Burke, Otis Redding, Al Green. Yeah. Those artists, they're pretty much what I grew up with.
Right.
So, it's what I have, and when I was coming up in the basement back in Boston, I was making music, and I always thought to myself, like, because we're all a little crazy, like us artists.
Yeah.
Honey a little crazy, but I love her crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she's one of the sweetest people you ever meet in your life, just like Avery Sunshine. But I'm just saying, like, I was in my basement, I was like, what can I do when nobody else is around? I got a pencil here, or I got a pen, I got a pad. Nobody can stop me from creating. So I started doing it. And I was like, look, I know my moms and pops, if I ever brought that up to them, like, I need vocal lessons. They looked at me like, huh? We ain't got the money for that, bro.
Yeah.
But I didn't even bring that up. So what I did was I played the old greats from the past, and I emulated them. So in a sense, I had the greats from the past to be my vocal coaches. You know what I'm saying? Because I was emulating.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, man. And I just loved soul music from when I was a young kid, man. So it was like, if I can emulate this and Prince's falsetto and all of this kind of stuff, and the smoothness of Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye, do the raspiness of Otis Redding, I think I can put something together. And I just love it.
Absolutely, man. Brother, I gotta commend you because you got a lot of heavyweight legacies on your shoulder. You're one of the few cats that are out here right now really representing for that true soul sound, and expressing yourself with a voice that is genuine and all your own, but still reflective of those legacies from the past.
Right.
It's important, man. You got a lot of
stuff
like that. Right.
Those are. I call those they're the belt. What do you call it? The something belt. I was calling it something. It's like they're on a conveyor belt type of thing. They all like robots, and they just coming through like, they all sound the same because it's working right now. But it's like that. But it's like, man, I'll tell you what, the Eric Robersons and the Calvin Richardsons and the Joe Thomases and the Eric Benets and the Noel Gourdins and people like that, man, that are making music that stand out, man. We're making the best music in the industry, but we have the hardest time. Like, explain that to me. Yeah. So that's where I come up, retro relevancy. That's my thing. I coined that hashtag retro relevancy. It's like that throwback, but still relevant today.
Yeah.
So, and it's quite simply for me. If you love soul, if you dig soul, support soul. And that's what it's all about. People are saying, I always say this, Jarrad, like, people are saying it's missing. Soul is gone, it's lost. It's not. We've been making this music for years and years.
Yeah.
It's the support for the soul that's been missing.
Right. 100%.
So we got to get back to it.
Speaking of supporting soul, for the people who are watching this video, they want to support some real good soul music from Noel Gourdin. How can they do that? How can they find you?
Check out Amazon, check out iTunes. It's Noel Gourdin, NoelGourdin, City Heart Southern Soul, baby. Check out my website, noelgourdin.com, NoelGourdin.com, and do that.
And find a show in your city, because I'm telling you, you want to hear this brother live.
Where?
And if you get to see the show, they have sign and everything.
All that. Take pictures now. I ain't charging for pictures. Not now.
Not now. You better get it, what? Bring them down the area.
Yes, love.
Well, thank you once again, brother, for being here. This is Jarrad Anthony, Noel Gourdin, signing off. Saturday Soul Social. Peace. We'll see you in the next one.
Hot girl, sweet thing, and gold digger. I caught your chicken head and shouted or hated.